What's going on, everybody? Kevin Cage here with another crypto update. I hope everybody's doing well, and we got a bunch to go over in today's video. So hopefully the echo in the background isn't too bad. I've been cleaning up my office, but let's dive in. Alright, so we're going to hop around a bit. I'm going to try my best to go in the best possible order because we have a lot of big news, such as Ripple the company being valued at $40 billion. Well, let's start off with this press release from 4 days ago. So we have Ripple custody momentum continues, acquiring Palisade to offer comprehensive digital asset custody solution. So to no surprise, Ripple did it again. We have acquired Palisade, a digital asset wallet and custody company. And you can learn more at Palisade.co. We have wallet infrastructure for stablecoins and payments, and we have XRP and the Ripple US dollar right on the homepage. In taking a quick look at RWA.xyz, we have total real-world assets on-chain at $35.8 billion. We have the XRP ledger at $381 million. Now we can see a big bump in the stablecoin market cap, up 47% over the past 30 days. We can see that the 30-day transfer volume is up 94%. And side note, I'm still waiting to see Hedera Hashgraph properly integrated into this website because I want to see their RWA value. So I'm going to speed through most of the major points in this article so we can cover the next big pieces of news. So Ripple custody designed for banks and FIs, securing digital assets, stablecoins, and RWAs. And why this acquisition of Palisade makes sense, as this wallet as a service technology designed for the quick movement of value and easy integration. So super ideal for high-speed use cases, an out-of-the-box solution for high-frequency transactions on and off ramps and payments. Ripple custody is already trusted by Tier 1 global institutions, including Absa Bank, that recent news we went over. We have BBVA, we have DBS Bank, and Societe Generale. So we can see down below, with Ripple acquiring this wallet provider, this infrastructure provider Palisade, they are going to be directly integrating into Ripple payments. And as you can expect, for an enterprise-grade custody solution, it ticks all the boxes. We have MPC, we have Zero Trust architecture, fast wallet provisioning, multi-chain support, and DeFi integration. So I know that Bitcoin has pulled back quite a bit from 126K. We have Bitcoin dominance climbing, and usually when Bitcoin goes down and Bitcoin dominance goes up, alts get absolutely decimated. But I wouldn't be doubting Ripple the company long term. Just keep in mind they have 75 plus regulatory licenses and registrations globally. And considering a bunch of acquisitions they've made over the past year or two, they have a lot going on, and we can see approximately $4 billion into the crypto ecosystem through strategic investments and M&A. And just keep in mind that the Ripple US dollar has recently broken over a $1 billion market cap, and it hasn't even been around for over a year. We can see Yahoo Finance announcing it back in December. Alright, so let's go over this major news that we just got 2 days ago. So we have Ripple the company raising $500 million, $500 million, putting them at a $40 billion valuation. So we can see all of that right here. We have investors led by funds managed by affiliates of Fortress Investment Group, or Fortress. We have Citadel Securities, Pantera Capital, Galaxy Digital, and more. And it's important to remember and zoom out the growth that we are seeing. So I made this article earlier this year, back in April, but I was referencing this 2020 article by Forbes. So 5 years ago, we had Ripple the company valued at approximately $10 billion, and we have Coinbase down below at $8.1 billion. Now, if we fast forward to today, we have Ripple the company at $40 billion, and Coinbase is nearly $80 billion. So it is 2 times bigger than Ripple, but keep in mind that they also went public, so they raised a bunch. And considering Coinbase and other exchanges or platforms like Robinhood in the S&P 500, this space is here to stay. So we have a lot to go over in this article. We can see over the past 2 years, Ripple the company completed 6 acquisitions, including 2 of those valued at over $1 billion. So we know just last month we had G Treasury, a leader in treasury management systems, and that is super interesting considering that Ashish Birla, formerly at Ripple, started Evernorth. We also know that Hidden Road, a prime broker, that acquisition was also recently completed, and that takes a while because that was well over $1 billion, and they are now known as Ripple Prime. And to no surprise, we are seeing a big expansion across payments, custody, stablecoins, and even new markets like treasury management and the prime brokerage. We already went over Palisade. We also have the company Rail right there, adding capabilities to Ripple payments. We can see using the Ripple US dollar and XRP to make global money movement faster and more efficient for businesses. And this is something right here I absolutely want to track, so if you guys have a platform or a website to track this, please let me know. We have total Ripple payment volumes have now surpassed over $95 billion. And there's so much in this article, so just pointing out that the Genius Act, which is the federal regulation or framework for stablecoins, and we can see that growth for stablecoins across the board. So we already highlighted the growth of the Ripple US dollar supply and the market cap, along with transfer volume. So we definitely want to see these use cases for stablecoins in the Ripple US dollar grow for treasury payments and collateral. And why is this a huge opportunity? Because we know that Ripple acquired G Treasury right there for $1 billion, and they manage trillions of dollars of volume for its Fortune 500 customers. So let me go back to Brad Garlinghouse's tweets announcing the $1 billion acquisition of G Treasury, just emphasizing that the corporate treasury payments market size is $120 trillion. That's absolutely massive, whether you're considering the market cap of the entire crypto asset class, or even this basically being 2 times larger than the S&P 500 market cap. So there's a bunch going on. We've gone over Ripple Prime or Hidden Road a lot about how their collateral, everything has just grown substantially. What's really interesting is we have Ripple Prime is now expanding into collateralized lending for XRP and supporting a rapidly growing base of institutions trading XRP-based products. So thinking about the ramifications of the new XRPL lending protocol, I believe XLS 66. Thinking about all of the other potential spot XRP ETFs in the future. I was going to go over this the other day, but I've just been super busy. We can see XRP Scan announcing the countdown to 100 million ledgers closed for the XRP ledger. So we just got this news coming out 2 days ago. We have shared by Ripple X, the XRPL officially surpassed over 100 million ledgers closed. So just like they explain here, over 100 million ledgers closed, and keep in mind, there are likely billions of actual individual transactions because multiple transactions can be bundled in a single ledger, or basically like a blockchain block. We know that value settles within seconds, whether that's 2 to 5 seconds, in over 10 years of operation with never any hacks. So looking at XRP Scan, we can see the number of ledgers successfully closed over 100 million. We have over 10 years of continuous uptime, so it's never been interrupted, it's never been halted, there's never been some major required rollback. And just discussing TPS, or transactions per second, for the XRP ledger, it's usually promoted over the years of 1500 TPS. We also know that the Ripple engineering team, or their benchmarks, they have discussed that theoretically it can peak up to 3400 TPS. And no, I'm not making that up. If anybody remembers, back in September 2023, we also had the Crypto Basic. I know they might hype things up a bit, but they did quote the tweet that I shared. So we're going to open up this tweet from 2023. And at the time, on the website at ripple.com/XRP, this was showing this for scalable. The XRP ledger technology can handle 3400 TPS. Now, when I open this URL today, I do not see any mention of TPS in this, but we do have some interesting numbers right here. So we can see that XRP wallets around the world is over 6.7 million. Remember, not too long ago, it was only about 5. We can also see right here some interesting numbers, basically answering the questions that I asked earlier. We can see over 3.8 billion plus transactions, or nearly 4 billion transactions processed, representing over $1.5 trillion in value moved between counterparties. So a huge number. Now I'll do a control find for TPS to mention if they say that. I'll even do a control find for transactions. Let's see if anything pops up. So we have transactions. Yeah, there's no mention of TPS. But either way, I do promise that at one point they mentioned theoretically peaking up to 3400 TPS. Alright, we're going to finish up today's video with a clip of Jack McDonald, and we're going to dive into stablecoins a bit, and we have a bunch to go over in the next one. But what I want to emphasize is that we know that the predictions for the stablecoin market this decade alone is in the trillions of dollars. Now listen, you guys know I hold alts. I mean, there are alts that are down, I get it, but I want to see the growth of the stablecoin market to bring trillions of dollars into the crypto asset class. So I know that maybe talking about the Genius Act and federal frameworks for stablecoins might not be that exciting, but the potential absolutely is. Because stablecoins offer new use cases, institutions are a lot more comfortable with stablecoins, and stablecoins run on top of layer 1 crypto networks, or even other networks. They can bring lending and DeFi use cases and RWAs and tokenization mainstream and bring trillions of dollars that are in the traditional markets to crypto. And I have to catch up on what feels like hours and hours of recordings over at Ripple Swell, so as I catch up on different information and see anything that's really interesting, I'll be sure to share it. So we're going to finish up with this. All links are in the YouTube video description. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. Be sure to hit that like button.
Crypto's having a moment and stablecoins are having a moment in the moment, if you will. And I think what's driving the growth of stablecoins is a couple things. We have some regulatory tailwinds specific to stablecoins around the Genius Act, which has really given a signal to institutions that you can come into this market and use these assets in all sorts of different ways.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash the like button and let me know your thoughts down below. You can find all links to my crypto resources, including tools for charting, trading bots, wallets, portfolio trackers, and exclusive discounts right in my link tree in the video description. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.